Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com. We're here with your Tuesday market webcast. Okay, so we talked about the potential for an upper band ride yesterday. We've got the upper band ride here. They engaged it yesterday. They've engaged it in Globex here. We're trading up into the 4,500 area, as high as 45.04 half. Big, solid start to the week for us. We got long off the open. We put that setup out there. And then, all we really did was, I'll drag this over. You can see what we did here. Pretty straightforward. So 10:48 in the morning yesterday, it came up and it converted our proprietary upper level in the 59s area. So we put this out for everybody. That was your risk marker. We didn't risk more than 1.5. And we laid out in black and white terms, your worst entry is 62. Most people got in the 61. Some people got 62. We took our first third for 6, our middle for 10, and we are still in the runner. So at this point, we've rolled our stop on the runner up to 30, and we've just been letting it work, which is a nice way to spend a Monday afternoon and a nice, no heat way to spend an overnight. So at some point we'll take the runners on these, but this is another example of how these trade setups are getting people very tuned in into what's happening in the room, getting very tuned in to what I'm seeing and where they need to be getting into trades so they can take advantage of all of the opportunities that the market is trying to offer. So at some point we'll take that runner off. So ends up being a really solid start to the week. We hadn't put out a new setup since then. We don't need to. What do you need to for? And we're really focused on hitting our daily goals in there and moving on to the next day, which between that and the trade against the 47 area was pretty nice. We did try to short it off the open yesterday, but it became very apparent when we got down to 36.37 that the bears just had nothing here. So the hourly chart did a little bit of a push, off the open, 36.75. They rejected that hard. And once it got above this hourly mid band, 55, the 55 quarter low here, it really just bled up the rest of the day, and it's bled up all night. So way back on Tuesday, Wednesday, so a week ago, we talked about this box Tuesday and Wednesday. Break down from the box, you get the next leg down. Break up from the box, you get the next leg up. They broke up from the box. They converted the hourly mid-band on Thursday, and they have not looked back. And here we are at 4,500. And that puts us a mere 49 handles, 50 handles below another all-time high. And, don't think we can get there. I mean, literally, hold their beer. Because unless you get some news, unless you get something that's going to lean on this tape and push back, not for 20 minutes, but for a day or two, in a vacuum, this thing wants to drift on up, grind on up, drag every unwilling short, kicking and screaming and fighting price. You could feel them all fighting price yesterday, all the way up to new all-time highs. It's that, So we as traders just continue to be opportunistic. You can be short at times, but on days like yesterday where there's just really no give back to the short side, you're better off finding a couple of really good areas to be long and just letting those setups work. Just let them work. So as we head into today, your hourly mid-band, 82.36. Volume weighted average price, 87.77. 96 is the proprietary moving average. 5-minute mid-band is deadpan, 4,500. So I'll be very interested to see this morning how much we fight over that 4,500 area. It loves to fight over roundies. It looked like, we did do a little bit of a consolidation yesterday in Globex. And on the 5-minute chart, one of the reasons why we ended up locked into that 1040, whatever in the morning trade yesterday, I'm going to back this out, is because for the majority of the day yesterday, once we got past, we were doing this number. You had a little bit of a drift up into the close, But I mean, the 5-minute bands got really tight. And all we did was just sit in, 61s and just sit there and be like, there's nothing to short. They can't take it down. And the longer this goes, the more likely that we slowly expand to the upside. So we just hung out. And the market is going to have those moments. So got tight again, middle of the night, of course. Europe comes. But I wouldn't be surprised if it got tight again during the course of the day today. We've come a long way, a very long way, in a short period of time. You're working on 100, darn near, you're one good leg up from a 200 handle move in a week. And, there's two ways for that to take a breath. It can come in, which is what everybody assumes and always wants to have happen. It doesn't necessarily have to happen. The breath can be, okay, we're going to hold everybody hostage here up at 4,500. We're going to chop back and forth and drive everybody crazy and make everybody long for volatility. And then, we'll get back to the volatility when we're good and ready. And maybe it takes a day or two off and just kind of grinds. You have to be prepared for that. I was prepared for that yesterday morning. I'm going to be prepared for that every day because it's coming. It is coming. This thing wants to take a breath. We just don't know where. We thought maybe it would be at 4,450. Nope. Maybe it's 4,500. I don't know. But don't try to inject volatility into something that doesn't want to be volatile. That's how you overtrade and do all those things. So we're doing our subscriber question and answer session today for paid members at noon in the chat room on Thursday at noon. I'm going to do kind of a, I'm going to open up the floor for questions. I'll do some kind of a training depending on what's going on in the Facebook group Thursday, 12 o'clock. We'll get that out. But that should be good. It's an opportunity for people to ask questions. I'm definitely going to go over the new format of these setups because it's just so exciting the way we're able to get that into people's hands and the changes you can see it making in results. So everybody have a great day. Be safe, be healthy, take care, trade them well, and I'll talk to you.